So my comrade JB from RBN went to Tampa the other day to cover the Uhuru trial, where you have 3 members of the Uhuru movement that are on trial because the Justice Department is accusing them of being Russian agents, Russian assets. You have seen Chairman Amali Yeshitela on the show before. He's also been on RBN. I think the first place I saw him was on Democracy Now! He's been on a lot of shows talking about the raid that the FBI did in St. Petersburg, Florida, of their property, of their belongings. And he talked about this upcoming trial. So this trial has been happening all week. I want you to hear what Charles Barron had to say here. Now, this is outside of the Tampa courthouse. Listen to this.
Not on trial today. That's right. America is. America is on trial today, and we are going to find them guilty because we already won. New York is on high alert. We're watching this. The December 12th movement, Betty Davis and the abolitionist movement, Operation Power, all eyes are on this trial. And we have to say to the Biden-Harris DOJ, Department of Injustice, any black person going with Harris and allowing this to go down, you are a traitor to your people. You are a traitor to your people.
Yeah, that's a really good statement there from Charles Barron, because the reality is they are going after Black socialists. And it's not just the Uhuru 3. I mean, it's happened to other ones before. Look at the way they went after Fred Hampton. Look at the way they went after other members of the Black Panther Party. You know, this whole association with you are connected to Russia. You're a Russian agent and like, it's just the easiest, laziest smear nowadays. And this is not to say that there aren't some people that have participated in that, but the majority of these accusations are not proven to be true. Black Agenda Report, shout out to them for this. Black Alliance for Peace condemns the federal indictments of Uhuru 3 and denial of their fundamental human rights to speech, association, information, and political dissent. This is everyone here outside of the state courthouse, right? Let's get into it here. The Uhuru 3 were indicted by the U.S. government April 2023 on the absurd charges of being agents of a foreign government, charges very similar to the indictment of W.E.B. Du Bois, the internationally known Black scholar and human rights defender. Du Bois was 81 at the time of his indictment as a supposed agent of the Soviet Union for his anti-nuclear and pro-peace advocacy. Amali Yeshitela is similarly 81 with an international standing as a human rights defender. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys, I jumped the line. I moved this up and then I lost my spot. Okay, here we go. Amali Yeshitela is similarly 81 with an international standing as a human rights and anti-imperialist fighter for more than 60 years. The African People's Socialist Party and Uhuru movement that he helped to found have been organizing and advocating for African people and colonized people for over 50 years. And this is true. They have different locations. They have been feeding people, clothing people. They're giving back to the community. When the first time Amali Yeshitela came onto the show, he was showing me they had like a food pantry, just helping out people in the community, similar to what the Black Panthers did, helping the people. This is who they go after. Ajamu Baraka, chair of Black Alliance for Peace Coordinating Committee, who will be an official observer of the trial, states that it is only in the imagination of white supremacists that African people would need smart white people from Russia to guide our people and movement to oppose the US, EU, NATO proxy war against Russia and analyze and comment on all aspects of US foreign policy. Internationalism has always been a core principle of our movement, from the Garvey movement and the anti-fascist struggles of Africans in America and in Spain, and in the form of the Abraham Lincoln Brigades, as well as the International Friends of Ethiopia that opposed the Italian invasion of Ethiopia, to our support for the liberation movements in Cuba, Haiti, Africa, Central America, and Vietnam. This is something very well said. This is so true. You know, it's like, if you're a Black person and it's like, particularly Black American, and you are knowledgeable about foreign policy, or you're traveling, or you're just very well versed or into geopolitics, there's always like this random assumption that you must be working with someone European. You must be working with someone in Europe, because you could never figure out this information on your own. You're not smart enough or intelligent enough to understand how things work in other countries. I've experienced this too, where people are like, oh, are you partnering with someone and are you taking Russian money? Like, this is stupid. No, I have a brain. I'm well-traveled and I read. But there's always like this assumption we can never figure it out on our own. Amalia Yeshitela is an outstanding product and example of that tradition, which, among many other reasons, is why BAP gives an inexorable support to Chairman Yeshitela, as well as to Penny Hess and to Jesse Novell, who embody the highest example of revolutionary solidarity with African people. It says here that Hess and Novell have stood with us, and we intend to stand with them against the criminal repression that the Uhuru 3 are targets of. BAP recognizes that the ridiculous charges leveled at the Uhuru 3 represent a shot across the bow of the radical Black movement. The U.S. understands that if it is successful in containing Black opposition to the increasingly aggressive militarism abroad and repression within the borders of the U.S., the broader movement in the U.S. will be more easily controlled. And that's what people have to really understand. They're trying to control the movement. This trial is continuing in Tampa. We're going to be following it very closely. I wish them the best. I hope this goes really well for Amalia Yeshitela. And it's just, I have to tell you, if you ever spoken to anyone that's a part of the Uhuru movement, they're just some of the nicest, friendliest people that you'll ever meet. And all they want to do is just help their community. That's it. Just help. But the DOJ is going after them and calling them foreign agents. It's really interesting to me because you don't hear them calling other people foreign agents. You don't hear them calling people foreign agents who are advocating for Israel instead of the United States. AIPAC's not required to be registered as a foreign agent. AIPAC solely operates on behalf of Israel, but they're not required to register as a foreign agent. But the Department of Justice has decided to hold Black socialists in court and try to prosecute them. I'm going to keep following this. I wish them the best, you guys. I am I'm nervous for them. I really am, because I don't know, man. The way they've just been coming after people, silencing people, all the things that just continue to happen. It's what just happened to Richie Medhurst. Richie Medhurst was detained and thrown in jail, and he's a journalist. Amalia Yeshitela isn't a journalist. So we'll just keep following that. Yeah. Yes, we need critical thinking. Yeah, Jill Stein is there. Ajamu Baraka is there. I'm not sure if Ajamu was still there, but they were there the very first day of the trial. I think Caleb Maupin was also there. There were a number of people that were there in Tampa Just FYI. And of course, JB was there. You can watch JB interview people outside the courthouse on his channel. Just look JB Font and you can find it.